Hello, my wonderful shiny gems. Today we will be discussing the NPC Spawner and the LootSpawner. Things you'll need to know. And you can find them in the corner by hitting that I button up in the right hand corner. The first thing you need to know how to do is create a custom NPC. We discussed that in an earlier video. You can look that up and watch that. Once you've created that custom NPC, make sure to check mark the emulate Pippi item, because we're going to have that emulated. The second thing you need to know how to do is create a kit. And again, it's up in that right hand corner for the economies and kits tab for Pippi Mod tutorial that I did earlier. All right, let's get started. All right, so this is the NPC Spawner. Let's get into the menu here real quick. The first thing you'll notice is you will have to name it. In order to use it in the Mushi Editor, you will have to name it. I already have a couple of things set up, and I'll show you when we get over there, but you do have to name it in order to use it in the Mushi Editor. Enable or disable it. This is good if you're going to have a Mushi Editor trigger. You'll want this to be left unchecked, okay? Remember, unchecked. All right. Disable interactive GUI. That just removes this little hover thing. It's good to do when everything is set up. You can hide the spawner if you'd like. I do that, especially since there's no reason for people to see the spawner unless you want them to see it. And then allow clan members. This is good if you have an admin only clan system and you call it good that way. Otherwise, I would remove it, especially for the smaller communities who everybody just wants to be all in the same clan. NPC to spawn. This is important. You'll have to select the NPC you want to spawn. Here's the custom NPC that I created. As you can see, reminder, you need to make sure that emulate Pippi item is checked in order to see this here. Otherwise, you can just kind of go through here and pick and choose which one you want. All right. Close. Keep populated. So if this is enabled, it's basically asking whether you want this to be kept populated at its max. All right. This can be checked if you don't have a spawn interval, okay? This is a timer. It works. It's only effective if keep population is disabled, okay? Aggression, pretty self-explanatory. We'll continue. Spawn radius, that's this glowing circle thing. So if you increase it, it'll increase the radius at which the creature will spawn, or decrease it as you just saw. You can also show the visual or hide the visual. Roaming distance. How far away from the spawner will the NPC roam? I usually have it set at 0, so they're just basically on top of it, especially for quests. But otherwise, you can have it roam as well, just to make it more dynamic. NPC count. This is important. This has to be at least 1. Especially if you're using a Mushi trigger or just wanting something to spawn. Keep populated means 1 will spawn continuously once the other one's dead. Keep that in mind. Once the creature's dead and you don't have keep populated but a timer, the timer will start. All right, this needs to be 1 at bare minimum. All right. Does the NPC drop a kit? Now this is important. This is very, very important. As of this video that I'm recording right now, custom NPCs cannot drop kits, okay? They just cannot. It's a bug. It's in Pippi's Discord. I'll have a link in the for their Discord in the description below if you want to go check them out. They cannot drop kits. Custom NPCs cannot drop kits right now as of this video. All right, but idea is you just select a kit and you can drop it. Any other NPCs work just fine. We'll be proving that here in just a few moments. NPC spawned max total. This is in this entire NPC spawner's lifetime, how many spawns can be done. So if you hit 10, so if you go up to say 10 and somebody's killed 10 of the NPCs that spawned, there will be no more spawns ever. I mean, ever. So keep this at 0 if you want it to be infinite. You can always reset the count to see where you're at. You can change the NPC's health, damage, the amount of XP, and the NPC skill as well. Alright, that's the NPC Spawner configure menu. Let's continue over to the LootSpawner. Alright, here's the LootSpawner. Again, you will have to name it in order to use it in the Mushi Editor, and it allows for identification, which is really nice. Enable or disable it. Disable interactive GUI. That's probably a good thing to do if you don't want them to hover over it. I prefer to have this off and then just say override interaction name, and it'll override it to whatever this is, which is really nice. Allow clan members, again, self-explanatory. Announce loot. Announce global loot. So this announces in local, this announces it in global, whether or not somebody has looted it. Does this spawner announce if a player is looting it, basically? Forced spawn. Does this loot spawner force spawned items, including currency, after config? I usually don't have use for this, but you can check it and it works fine. Alright, and then show visual. You got the large wooden box or the large chest, and if we hit apply, woohoo, it changes. What kit does it spawn? And you can go like that, and then of course, is there a timer to it? Now, again, as of this video, triggers via Mushi Editor for loot spawners that are disabled does not work. It's supposed to work if it's disabled. So if you leave the loot spawner disabled and you trigger it via Mushi Editor script, it should spawn in the items. As of right now, it does not. Again, Discord link in the description below to keep an eye on that. It's under known issues. There are a couple of workarounds. The first is just give the kit via an action node when you're talking to the NPC for the quest or something. Or you can enable it and just make it maxed out for days and hours. I mean, it eventually, especially if nobody gets on and does this quest for 31 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds, it will spawn. But if you enable it and you have a trigger via the Mushi Editor, it will trigger it, and then this will reset itself. So that's up to you on how you want to do it. But the main workaround is just to have the NPC give them the loot instead via the kit. Use an action node to give the kit. Otherwise, you just do it this way, and then the trigger will work if the loot spawner is enabled. But it should work when the loot spawner is disabled, and as of right now, it does not. Okay? Alright, so we're going to make it day here really quickly. So one moment. Okay, it is day, and these are the 3 spawners we have. We have a quest loot spawner. I have it set up where it's 31 days enabled, just so you can see it when it's triggered. I have the interactive GUI disabled and overnamed, so there you go. Now you can see it says quest, owned by the shiny gems, of course. it is considered a large and it's going to drop the quest item. I have it set where the spawn interval is 31 days. Again, it should work when this is disabled, and we're going to test that here in just a sec. So we're going to disable it for now, hit apply, and then go close. And then we have this NPC spawner, which is my custom NPC spawner, and we're going to have it drop a kit. It will not drop a kit because it's a custom NPC, but we'll show you that. And then of course we're going to have this one drop a kit as well. This should be Quest NPC. I don't know why it wasn't named Quest NPC, but okay, now it is. So there's that. So let's go trigger the box and the custom NPC. Okay, here's midnight. I have a setup here kind of in the Mushi Editor where I have 3 options and then it triggers it. So let's trigger the box, which is this one, and back, and then we'll also trigger the custom NPC. Alright, and then back. That way we don't have to deal with too many mobs at once. Whoops. 4. Now you do have to kill these regularly in order for the item to drop. You can't admin kill them. So a custom NPC, as you can see, does not drop the loot kit that we need. Alright, and then the quest disabled did not work either. So let's enable it, hit apply, hit close, and then so it's not there yet. It's got 31 days before it respawns. Alright, so let's trigger the regular quest NPC and then the quest again to show you to show you that. So quest and then quest NPC. Alright, let's go. Alright, and there is the non-custom. Lag. There you go, and I killed it regularly, so there's the quest item. Silver rings. And did the loot box have it? Yep. Okay, so as you can see, the loot box works not quite as intended right now, along with the fact that custom NPCs don't work quite as intended just yet with the NPC spawner. Alright? Keep that in mind when you're doing this, because eventually it will get fixed. It will, I promise you that. And if you noticed this here, you got quest NPC. Just a really quick thing, really quickly. If you named the trigger here in the Mushi Editor and not the spawner just yet, you might have to remove this this logic line and reconnect it. Not too sure why, but I had to do that. All right, so yeah, there's that. Also, if you're liking the video, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel for some more Pippi guides and tutorials. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button. And don't forget, stay shiny. And I'll see you guys all next time.